Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today on my lunch. We're basically knocking out videos day by day, talking about all the Wrestlemania matches that have been named as of so far. There's not a ton, but it honestly looks like they're building a pretty good card. I'm guessing that SmackDown this Friday, as well as Monday Night Raw, we're going to know a majority, probably 80% of the card. They're not going to be leaving things up until the last Raw or booking things on the last SmackDown. SmackDown being in Las Vegas that week. I hope to see the yearly Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I know that it's never really meant anything. Nobody's ever really got a push out of it. We've all kind of thought every year that this is going to be somebody's year. I mean, I really thought that the year Cesaro won it, he was going to win World Heavyweight Championship, and it just didn't work out. But hopefully that'll get named as something for a lot of guys to get booked on to make sure they're all in town for their WWE World as well as SmackDown that week. One of the matches that really hasn't really grabbed me yet to gain a lot of attention for it is Tiffany Stratton putting up her World Championship against Charlotte Flair. Charlotte won the Royal Rumble. I was really hoping that they were going to do like a Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte match to sort of build onto their legacy of matches that they've had. And, they decided to go a different direction. I think this is a real big prove me match. Tiffany Stratton holding the NXT championship while she was in NXT. That was kind of a blind spot for me. I've seen it in pictures. I've seen it in cards. I don't think I've seen any of her promos besides her on Twitter this week. People saying, like, why are we not getting this version of Tiffany Stratton? They're really just building her as a baby face who won the title, cashing in the Money in the Bank. I don't know. They're really making it seem like Charlotte is the queen and she's just coming in to dominate. I really think that this is going to be a prove me match for Tiffany, that she has to come out of her shell. She's going to have to, have the match of her life in order to come out there. But I've always kind of thought that this is Tiffany's match to win, to prove that where she is. WWE at this time with NXT, as well as girls that are on the main roster, is just packed full, and there's only so many spots. They're doing everything they can do at this time. They came out with the Intercontinental Championship as well as the Women's United States Championship to sort of like give an eye to people in the business and make matches mean more when they pop up on Raw and SmackDown, to keep your eyes on it. And sometimes it doesn't make a lot of sense because you have these, I'm always going to call them pay-per-views, pop up, and none of these titles are on the pay-per-view. And I kind of like the fact that these shows are only 2.5 hours. They keep your attention. They don't drown you out. But then at the same time, it kind of like, why do we have these titles if we're not defending them on anything other than like small matches on small shows? They need to make these titles mean something. Charlotte's one of my favorites. I think she's one of the best women's wrestlers that there's ever been. I would put her on my Mount Rushmore with Trish Stratus, and there's a few others that battle it out for those other two spots. But in these next few weeks, last week we had the via satellite Tiffany talking to Charlotte, and it didn't really seem like it had the best communication between the two. They kept talking over each other, and I think that Charlotte was really feeding it to Tiffany to put the kill in on her as the baby face. She was setting her up as the heel, and Tiffany wasn't spiking the ball. I guess you can say, if she was moving in on the net. And I really think as of right now, Tiffany's gonna win this match. I hope that it's in like a not dominant. I just hope it's not like a surprise fluke victory that they like to give people sometimes. Charlotte is in rehabbing her career right now, and I think that she just thought she was gonna walk in, win a Royal Rumble, then she was gonna win a championship at WrestleMania, and I don't think it's going to happen.